things that what we do. It's a wonderful thing, and I will always remember the line and always say the line: the highest honor of art is to inspire. And then when you are charged with that, then what else can I say?
Right, there you go.
My situation was it wasn't that long ago, but I'm trying to remember. Back to what I said before, when I moved here, I had just got married. I had 2 children, a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, so they're still pretty young. You guys could probably, share some your experience, with me on that.
Well, I got grandchildren.
But when I had came to Atlanta, brand new, married, no children, got the internship, found out my wife was pregnant. So here I am.
About that, huh? Didn't know nothing about that.
Still trying to figure it out. So here I am, new city, don't really know many people. I had like maybe 3 friends, and wasn't even a job, it was an internship. I did go to Lenox Mall, and I had a little side job working a little kiosk. That's where I met him. Me and this dude know each other forever. But just working this little kiosk and had my little internship, and it just, for me, I really didn't have much of a choice. This is something I've learned, and I think that could apply to everyone in the room. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses. So at that point in life, I decided to just concentrate on my strengths and forget the weaknesses. I suck. I'm good at a few things. I suck at everything. My pros and cons. My cons outweigh my pros by miles. But those few pros I got, I've worked those bitches so I got it now. Those few little pros, my few skills I got, I'm the best at. And so I think that was kind of what drove me, instead of kind of taking your typical route of trying to, okay, I need to build some security here. Let me, find a job and that's paying me enough to support a family now. I kind of thought the flip side of that was all right, instead of working in circles, doing something that is not like both these gentlemen just said, following your passion is what makes you the best at what you do, instead of just, wasting energy playing the same game I was trying to avoid my whole life. Let me take advantage of it now while I have, I know I have a baby on the way, but he's just a little baby. He don't need what he's going to need when he's 10 or 16, So I don't have any other skills. I have other skills, but not as good as my creative. So the internship just happened to work out where I was like, okay, I can make this little bit of money and I can turn it into more if I dedicate myself to it. And I saw the vision and I seen it like it was there for me to take. And that's really where I started. My wife worked as a dental orthodontic assistant. So luckily she had, she helped as far as the money coming in the house. So that was a blessing. But the beginning stage, the first 3 years before I found out I was having a second one, and even into, after that, the balance came in, again, what you guys are saying, just you have to have some sort of structure. And I'm not a structured person. I'm all about what I feel, that's what I want to do. But luckily I got, a good partner. She had, she balances me well. So it was basically just a structure. My wife had the daytime work, so I got to stay home with the baby. I'm not going to stay home and be lazy about it, and I just feed the baby. And when they're young, especially, it's easier. As they get older, they need more. When it was young, it worked out perfect for me, so I was able to actually lock down a few steady clients. When you're freelancing, that's really key. You can't just be out there just hoping someone's going to come. You need to find a client that treats you well, that you feel you guys connect, and they pay you well, and that is when it's worth investing more of yourself to lock down this relationship. So I was able to get some key clients that were consistent enough with me where I had steady money now. Like, they need me now, you know, so I'm confident enough that I know I'm going to have a minimum of X amount of dollars coming in, you know. It's very challenging. Hold on, I wrote some stuff down when you guys were talking. We're going to get to all this stuff. It was very challenging. I don't really know how it worked out. It just worked out. Eventually, with continuing to get consistent clients, I was making more money. Now, my wife only works 3 days out of the week, and those 3 days she only works from 8 to 12. So it's like part-time, which is great because now the kids are older and she can handle that, and it lets me kind of breathe and do my thing. It's very difficult. I think that the key thing is just, if you're made for this, you don't really have a choice. You have to do this.
That's right.
So you're either going to be doing it, working for somebody else, and doing it for yourself, or you're going to be doing it at a middle level where it's a part-time thing, or you're going to be doing it full-time. But if you are an artist or one of us, you're going to be doing it no matter what. Like, just like you sitting there sketching your little thing, like, you don't have a choice about that. You got to do that. So just me realizing that is what pushed me, and knowing I don't have a better option. I'm not like a scholar. I'm not great at a lot of things, you know. I couldn't go and get, you know, even the job I had in Boston at the ad agency, which was awesome. Even that was a set of circumstances that I had to fight my way to get in there, and even that I wasn't the best at, because I wasn't where I needed to be, and what I am now, creative director. Like, I am good at feeling. Like most artists are, we're emotional people, you know. Just understanding all that and the reality of me not having a choice is what my motivation was. I have no other choice. I have to do this, and I got to make this thing work, or else I'm gonna be miserable. And that was it. And it's not like that now at all. Now I feel like I got a lot of choices, and luckily they're all still in the same vein of creating. But yeah, as far as like when the family came into the picture, and how do I balance that, and how do I stay up at night, how do I shut off the TV, how do I turn these cartoons off, which I love so much, you know, is that there's no one, you know, it was, I didn't have a tragedy just per se, but I was in a position that I swear to God, if I make one slip, I am a tragedy, you know?
Yeah.
And so I couldn't let my girl down, I couldn't let myself down, and then now we're gonna put children on top of that. You know, now there's no stopping it, you know.
Right.
And people think that kids are weights. That's not true. Kids are batteries that you just plug into your back and they supercharge you. I've accomplished way more than I ever thought I could. And as far as like putting in that extra 3-4 hours, and you're gonna do what you have to do. And honestly, if I didn't have children, I probably would not be as far as I am today, because I might have, I don't know, but I might have lacked that, for lack of a better description, that desperation of having to make it, you know? So it was scary, but in looking back, and now it was a blessing, and it's what I needed. So, you know.
Got it.
Yeah.
He's right on point with that. And we start to realize, as we talk to Rita, everybody's exactly where they're supposed to be, period. There is no shoulda, wouldas, if I woulda. You know, we think it is, but that's in the muggle thinking, I think. Everybody is going through exactly what they have to go through to shape who you are, to get you where you're supposed to be. What works for you doesn't work for me, or doesn't work for Brian, but it's all, you know, it works for your destiny, which is the beautiful part about this. And the one thing we had all in common, I hope, in this room, is something about the creative juice that keeps us flowing. And the rebellious state, because I definitely was one, even though I could get the big time corporate jobs, and I've had some big ones, it didn't last long because I didn't want to be there long. I couldn't stay within the confines of the structure of the corporate world. So many a times I've given up some big stuff because I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. I'm not going to listen to this person tell me what to do, and this person doesn't know what he's talking about, right? When I can go do it myself and start my own company, which even made life much harder, because trying to get your own thing going is very hard, right?
That's a big misconception.
Exactly. And even when I was young, we probably all heard this too, even from my own father's mouth, you know, when are you going to get a real job? Right? What's a real job? Well, my dad never understood that I didn't have a choice. Like I said, I came here with this talent.
Right.
It was given to me. This is a gift. What are you going to do with a gift? Throw it away?
Right.
Just because I don't have that job over there? I've seen the looks on these people's faces that have these kind of jobs. It's not about how much money they make. It's about what happens at the end of the day.
Right.
I've seen these people come home as miserable as possible. Hey, man, you got a 6-digit job. What are you complaining about?
But another point also is like we've all lived through the whole discovery and the whole internet boom and how much has changed our culture. Like, so even if you are to take a traditional route and build something, there's no promise that it's going to be stable. Like when all this was happening, I'm watching everything change. Like I saw the whole record, industry collapse.
Mm-hmm.
I saw like people that had huge companies that had things locked down disappear in less than a year because things are changing. Yep. So even that point alone was like, it don't make sense for me to jump on someone's boat when this, we head into a waterfall for all we know. And, so
He's right.
I'd rather just stay on the cutting edge of what's going on and figure it out. And I come from very humble backgrounds, and I feel like we all do, just from the little bit that I'm hearing from you guys. Like, so it wasn't like I needed a lot to get by.
Mm-hmm.
I just need enough to feel like tomorrow's gonna be better.
That's right.
And the whole internet thing, changed everything.
It did.
So even like living through that and watching and kind of predicting how you can utilize it, what is good and bad about that was a key component to my success also.
We had there too, and I'm sorry, then you jump in. When we were younger, Arsenio Hall lived 3 doors down from me. We grew up together. And when we were young, we were like the little rascals. People were very imaginative. We would wake up in the morning, do your chores as fast as you could, and get outside because we got outside to just get busy creating something from nothing.
Use your imagination.
Your imagination. If there was a big refrigerator cardboard box laying on somebody's front yard, that was it for the day. We are going to have a ball with this box. No, I'm serious, Dad. Right? We're going to design it, cut windows out, make a house out. We're going to do some stuff, right? We got very creative. Arsenio and I, and all the kids, Arsenio knew what he was going to do even as a child. We would put together these shows in our basements. When the parents weren't there, we would set up the chairs and the tables and make a game show or a TV show. Wow. So it's amazing that he fell into what he was always going to be. Once again, that destiny is there from day one. It's there. Okay? So we all helped each other go after our dreams. We didn't know, though, because nobody's teaching you. When we came up, I'm a lot older than a lot of you, and nobody was teaching us this. Our parents didn't know anything about this kind of stuff. They all had what they could do as jobs at the time, but they knew nothing about the magic that we're trying to talk about. Creativity, art, that just wasn't going to fly anywhere at the dinner table, was it? Just wasn't going to do it. So we had to hide in the corner somewhere and pretend that we're drawing on something, but don't really let anybody know you're drawing. And like I said, even till my dad took his last breath, and I was very successful at what I do. And he still said, well, when are you going to get a real job? Even as he's about to leave this earth. I'm like, Dad, it's okay. I love you too, okay? Don't worry. Everything's cool, Dad, okay? But the bottom line is we're charged with something that there is no quitting. It drives us, and we got to keep going, okay? Some people are destined for the corporate world. Great. That's their destiny. Don't mess with us because we're over here on the other side of the fence, okay? We have to do what we must do, correct?
Yes, indeed.
And the one thing I tried to instill in most people that's like, you know what, if I wish, and I'm going to put this in one of my new exhibits one day. You're going to come through this exhibit, see all my work, and we're going to ooh and ah, do all the stuff we do. And in the last room, I'm going to have this blank room with nothing on the walls. Nothing. No sound, no art, no pictures, nothing. And people are going to stand there dumbfounded. They're going to be like, did the guy forget to dress this room up? And I want to purposely say, now this is the world without art, without music. Because we get criticized so much. People don't want to pay. They just don't like what we do, and I don't understand that. It really bothers me. So when I look around, everything is art. Everything had to be thought up, designed by somebody with that creative mind. Every item in your life has been designed by an artist.
Yep.
So why are artists being treated so poorly?
Right.
That's funny.